Well, I think IPX is first and foremost a service. It's a service that runs on a private IP network, so it needs to be quality managed, separate from the public internet, and the service providers are directly connected to it. On top of that, you can then offer voice services, roaming services, signaling services, so a range of things that then will run on top of that. But those are the key components of an IPX. I was talking to a service provider yesterday and he was explaining that he'd been approached by 3 or 4 potential IPX providers, and what he found was that the salesperson had a very loose understanding of what this was about. They were trying to sell the benefits but probably didn't understand it very much. And I think one of the challenges that the industry has got is that we solve all the technical issues, but people are still organized very much by service. So there are voice salespeople, there are data salespeople, there are roaming salespeople. But what IPX is all about is carrying or solving all of those issues in one solution. And so there's a need to train and educate and really get the message crisp about why this multi-service platform makes sense. So I think as well as solving technical problems, I think people should be thinking more about the human problems, the training issues that actually allows their sales teams to sell this properly and effectively. Yes, it's been talked about for a long time. You know, it's been probably 5 or 6 or 7 years since IPX was first envisaged. This time, however, I think the signs are that it really is going to happen. I think there's a coalescing of agreement on what it is, which is first of all important. I think the whole LTE move, and some countries have moved extremely quickly to LTE, and customers get very used to the high speed, the high quality of that service. And I do believe they'll expect that when they travel. And I think there's a lot of political pressure on the mobile operators to manage roaming charges, manage them down. And I think the combination of all of those things will cause the IPX to come along. So I think, yes, it won't be 2013 or there'll be some starts, but really 2014 and moving into 2015, I think there's almost a tipping point where someone will really go forward and offer high definition voice around the world, and everyone else will fight to catch up, and that will, create the demand, which will grow very rapidly, I believe, then for IPX services.